our couch to your couch.
Good evening, morning, afternoon, or whenever the hell it is, everybody. We're back again.
Hello.
So, Mr. Middlebrook,
Yes,
one
Mr.
thing
Yogi.
before we get into what we're doing tonight, we are playing each other this week in fantasy football.
Shit, are we?
Did you even realize it?
I did not. I fixed my team. Did not look at
And
the
furthermore, there's a very real possibility that you beat me.
Oh, for sure. I'm projected.
You gotta
for
not
20.
beat me, man. You gotta tank, dude.
No, fuck that. I don't want playoffs.
You're not going to get in the playoffs. You're already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Dude.
Look at the rosters, man.
Come on. If I win and two other people lose, I'm
If
in
you
third.
win, then you know who goes into first place.
And?
All right.
Fuck it. Playoffs, baby.
You're lucky I got some bye weeks out. I had to start Mr. Kirk Cousins,
Shit happens.
but it's against Dallas.
Yeah. Well,
So, yeah.
points.
I mean, we'll see. I think the
beaten.
projection right now is like you 123, me like 117.
No,
so
my
it's really
projection's
like,
136.
oh, did you change some people out today?
Sure did.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes for you because I have a tendency to take the fucking wind out of people's sails in my fantasy team. That's how I've gotten this far. I'm like
Hey, man.
8-2, and I have like one of the lowest like points scored in the entire league. I just keep winning, and I don't know how. Just people keep having bad days against me, man. It's mathematically it doesn't make sense, but I'm winning. So
Well, I'm doing okay.
well, the point of that whole spiel was, I mean, we gotta do something.
For sure.
Losers gotta do something.
That's right. Loser does have to do something. I wish I could make that old bet we always talked about.
What was the old bet?
Probably something I shouldn't talk about.
Oh
Did you-
yeah,
yeah.
No, we're
we're gonna have
grown
to-
up.
something
We're
better.
adults these days.
Adults do that.
Yeah.
I did a lot of it over the summer.
Oh God. Let's do something fun. Let's make it something fun.
Okay. Oof.
You want to do something easy like loser shoots a boot, or do you want to do something like a pepper? Pepper. Loser does the one chip challenge. Sold. Loser this week in fantasy football does the one chip challenge. You heard it here, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right.
All right. So what are we getting into tonight?
Tonight, we're bringing back everybody's favorite, because he's one of our only recurring guests, Bryce Baker.
Mr. Bryce Baker, come on
Whiskey
down to the
of
stage.
the month.
What's up, everybody? I'm back. I'm back. We got some more whiskeys.
Yay.
So last month we were in Scotland.
Had an all right time.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of people with that Ardbeg. It's been nice not being the one drinking it.
Yeah, that shit you not, that Ardbeg is still sitting on our kitchen counter, and people that keep coming over keep drinking that shit.
Yeah.
It's just, I see the bottle, just the
Okay, just
level
take a
slowly
shot.
going down. I'm like, we're not, me and Homeboy aren't drinking this.
Hell no.
I don't know who's
touched
drinking
it.
this.
Haven't touched it. Haven't poured a shot for
Random
anyone.
guess.
They do it to
but-
themselves, technically.
I know I've actually finished it off when I came over on Monday.
Oh, it's gone now?
It's gone now.
Thank the heavens.
It's empty.
Sweetest
It's
Jesus.
gone.
I killed it.
Sweetest Jesus.
I killed it. It is
Deserved
gone.
to die.
But yeah, so we were in Scotland.
Yep.
This month we're in Japan.
Hoi!
Yeah.
All right. Whiskey-doo.
Whiskey doo-doo.
But yeah, so I brought some Japanese whiskeys.
All right.
And just to give you a little history about Japan and whiskey,
Oh, teach me.
they first started commercially making whiskey in 1918, I believe. Is either the late teens or the early 20s.
Oh, so
Is when they started.
recent in terms of whiskey. So 1918 to somewhere
Yeah,
in the
it's
20s.
late teens, early 20s. I
Alright.
don't remember the exact date.
Cool.
But what they did is there was a wine merchant who was very successful, and he wanted to start dipping his toes into whiskey. And so he opened a distillery, and he hired on a guy named Masataka Takatsuru, who spent several years in Scotland actually learning the art of distilling
I'll bet that was
Scotch.
interesting for those Scottish people.
Yeah, probably. They're like, why is his fucking eyes all slanted?
I would like to see a movie about that.
What?
It's like The Last Samurai, but instead of
Not gonna do it.
it's like The Last Samurai, but instead of Tom Cruise, it's like a Japanese dude
Ken
making
Jeong.
whiskey in Scotland. That's a movie I would pay to see.
Why do you talk this way?
But yeah, so Masataka Takatsuru, this wine merchant, I can't remember his name, but he hired Takatsuru on to be his like master distiller. Basically, like oversee all the distilling processes in the distillery. And so, as a result of that, since he spent so much time in Scotland learning how the Scottish people make whiskey,
Scots. Yeah.
Japanese whiskey is very similar to Scotch.
Cool.
It's for the most part, it is all malted barley,
Word.
just like Scotch
sense.
is. You know, it's mostly
Yep.
single malts. In fact, the two we have here are both single malts. And obviously, with that, it comes with a lot of similar flavors, but there's also some differences as well
I'm sure because they like to throw a lot of flavors and stuff,
that they do.
which is cool. I actually like a lot of their flavors. I have the question to ask though:
Yes,
is there a rice whiskey? Just had to know.
there is
Yeah,
actually.
there is actually. I looked
There
that
is
up.
actually.
Really?
Like-
Yeah, it's
Googled it.
called
That's a thing?
It's called
Yeah.
Kikori.
Oh shit.
It's a whiskey
Okay.
made from rice. Yeah,
Fuck fine.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
I might bring it on someday, but
I'd give it a go. Hell yeah.
I've never actually had it, so I'd be interested to try it for sure. But
See, what interests me about, Japanese whiskey is I know the Japanese as craftsmen, when you look at something like sushi and the food they make, they're like so precise,
Yeah,
and
meticulous.
so attentive to detail and orderly. And I expect to see some of the same things in the
Yeah,
whiskey.
I expect to taste that. So
and you will.
bring us into our first one.
Yeah. Speaking of tasting,
Yeah.
let's do some tasting. All right. So what we got here is Hakushu 12. It is a single malt that's been aged for 12 years in American oak, I believe. Used bourbon, much like Scotch.
Word.
Used bourbon barrels, American oak bourbon barrels. And yeah, what are you guys smelling out of it?
Alcohol.
Got some scents?
I am not going to lie to you. This time I really do smell bananas.
Do you?
I fucking do.
Psychosomatic. Word of the day.
And I swear it's not just because you said bananas like 2 minutes earlier.
I don't
It's-
smell
I
dick.
really, I smell.
So you say that, but it probably is because the power of suggestion with whiskey is very
Very
real.
powerful.
If not bananas, then some other fruit.
Banana's a berry.
Dare I say, plantains.
Isn't that essentially a banana?
No, it's
Just
a little
sweeter?
banana. It's
Yeah.
in the same vein.
Word.
Yeah, well, enough smelling.
Well,
Let's do some
a
drinking.
little banana.
Let's do it. Oh yeah, that is fucking good.
Get a little bit of that smokiness like the fucking Ardbeg had, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But there is a smokiness to it.
There is a slight.
There is a smokiness to it.
There is a slight percentage of peated malt in that
I could
Hakushu.
tell you that, yeah.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not overpowering like the Ardbeg.
No,
it's
it's
not the
the-
dominant note.
It's like if you're drinking a weak absinthe, it doesn't quite make you want to throw up, but you know it's there. It's peaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's okay, but it's terrible. Yeah.
Man, I disagree. I like this one.
Feel free to.
It's fucking sweet, man. The liquid's kind of thick. It's got a smokiness to it. It doesn't seem like something that I would want to sit there and drink like 3 glasses of it.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
no.
But like one glass, it's pretty fucking good. I think maybe like at the second or third one, you might be like over it.
Mhm.
But to me, it's good.
Well, and it also doesn't hit me like some of the other ones. Like, sure, I was already sweating, but it's not making me hotter.
Yeah.
So I would give that a smoothness. Like,
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, a middle metric.
yeah,
It does not make me sweat more than I already am.
but still sweating.
Sweatability, a new class in whiskey.
It's a very
genres.
low
I give it
sweatability.
a meh on the sweat scale. So I'll put her in the middle, 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I've had much worse, but I've also had a lot better, but it wasn't terrible. So all the butts, give it a 2.5.
Okay. Yogs.
Boom.
3.6. 3.6.
3.6.
Yeah, 3.6.
3.6 Mafia.
Just because it is delicious
Gotta stay
for
flat.
one glass, but I don't feel like I would enjoy it for more than one glass. It's a little sweet, but it has a really nice floral, really aromatic flavor. But because of that, I think it would like fuck me up after like more than one glass.
True.
Yeah.
I'd be getting like sugar stomach and shit. But that's just me.
True.
You know, and then again, I taste the floral really strong. I taste the wood barrel. I taste the barrel like whatever it was in really strong. But that's it.
Oh.
So for those reasons, 3.6.
Yeah.
3.6.
For those reasons,
Right on.
I am out.
Gotcha. Yeah, I give this one a 4. I really like it. It's it's got nice floral notes. I get like a little bit of coconut. It's like some sugar in there, and it's got the oakiness as well, obviously. Got that little bit of peatiness just to add to the complexity of flavors going on there. So yeah, I give it a 4. I really enjoy this whiskey.
Awesome.
Well, price
Now
it for me.
price it since you've been building it up.
Yeah, it's
Let's guess. 70.
Yeah, take a guess. We'll take some guesses.
70.
65.
You're both too low.
That's terrible. Hit us with the numbers.
85?
95?
Still too low.
Holy shit, 120?
So that's a no.
Yes.
Oh my god, no.
That's a hell no.
I stand firm at my 3.6.
Oh
Oh
my
my god,
I
dude.
could get so much
Yeah.
for 120 bucks.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, that
is a $120 bottle. And a big reason why it's that expensive now is because this line is actually discontinued.
Okay.
They're not making this anymore. So
Gotcha.
that's kind of driven the price up. But
Some exclusivity. I got
So
you.
as far as
Word.
Japanese whiskeys go, does this one that's at $120, is that like considered a high end, a mid end, low end on the
Well, if it was
Japanese whiskey
discontinued,
scale?
I'd say
definitely
it wasn't
on the
high
more
end.
expensive end.
Well,
Yeah.
not just more expensive, but is it considered like a high end
Yeah.
Japanese?
Yes. No,
Okay.
Hakushu is a heavily sought
Hakushu.
after. It's a heavily sought after whiskey,
Okay.
Japanese whiskey. And I just got lucky and happened to see it on the shelf, and I was like,
Mine.
because I've never even seen one in person before. So I just grabbed it.
There
Well,
it is.
definitely next on our
Boogie.
whiskey
Yeah.
agenda.
Kaiyo?
Kyle.
Kaiyo.
Kyle.
Cow.
And
Kyle?
you'll see, if you notice the label,
Japanese Mizunara. Oh, whatever. It says the peat. What kind of shit?
That's Japanese for miserable, man.
Why is everything you bring up peat now?
it's not everything.
The
It's a
last
peat.
3. So is it more? Tell me before we do
Chill
it.
filter.
Is it more peaty?
Then Ardbeg?
No, than this one.
Then this one?
Nothing is more peaty than
Ardbeg's
Ardbeg.
like the Peat Master 5000.
It really
dude.
is.
Nobody's fucking
There's-
peatier
There's
than
little bits
Ardbeg.
of peat
Well,
drowning.
There
in that
is
bottle.
a whiskey that is
Is it called just peat?
no, it's called
Pete's
Octomore.
whiskey?
Pete's whiskey. It's kind of smoky, y'all.
Kind of. Yeah.
I imagine the fucking Ardbeg to be brewed in the middle of a swampy peat bog like the Legion of Doom.
That's
in a
on
fucking
fire.
helmet just floating there over the surface.
Yep.
They'll hate it.
Japanese whiskey. Let me pour some and then I'll talk about it.
Please do. Oh, no.
I'm getting wood. I'm getting honey.
Yeah.
I'm getting sand.
It
I'm
actually kind of
getting
smells
beaches and Tom Cruise playing volleyball and
like legit smells like a smoker, like to cook on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
smells like the wood you'd cook on.
Yeah.
an interesting thing about this. Obviously, it's peated. We know what peat is. We went over that last
Ass in a
episode.
bag.
Yeah, sure. Ass on the riverbed. But so another thing that they do with this is they start aging it in Madeira wine casks.
What does that mean? What's
There's
a
just
Madero?
Madeira wine.
Oh,
just
that's a wine.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so barrels that were used to make wine, they put it in that
Okay.
for 2-ish years, something like that.
Word.
About 2 years. And then from there, they transitioned it into Mizunara Oak, which is local oak to Japan. And little side note about Mizunara, it's very high demand because of the flavors that it imparts on whiskey, but it's also super hard to work with because it's a very porous wood, so it's prone to leaking pretty often, and it's not easy to shape into a barrel.
Interesting.
And it's just a real pain in the ass to work with. So
Getting those master
So does that mean
craftsmen.
Japanese oak is softer than American oak? What
in
up?
what way?
Because oak's a hardwood.
I guess you could
So
say yeah, because it's more porous.
Their
than,
oak
yeah.
is softer. Now we know why.
And that's why you lost the war.
Because your wood is soft. I love Japan. I love anime. I love the culture. But if I got banned from there, I mean, I'd be sad because it's one of the places I'd like to visit. But it's one of the places I know I'm too big for. Like, I know I'd be, like, uncomfortably brushing shoulders with every motherfucker on the sidewalk and the train. Everybody would hate me because they'd be like, giant doo-doo! Fucking in the train cars and shit. Packed in there with my big ass. Yeah, I don't think it's a place for big people.
Stupid American, too big.
Yeah.
All right.
Too big.
Wow. Smells like smoke.
Honey and some smoke.
Yeah, some smoke, a little bit
All
of
right.
honey.
Can we taste it? I'm interested in it.
Yeah, go for
All
it.
right, let's taste
Go for it.
Worse than the first one. Yeah. Glad to have that taste back in my head, I suppose.
So what do y'all think?
There is a lot going on in there.
There
I get
is.
I get a real sweet, like aromatic, but it's almost like that sweetness and the aroma. And I keep wanting to go with honey, but I don't know why. There's probably no honey in it.
I wish there was honey in
But
this.
all that shit seems to sit on the top of the smoky, peaty flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you tasted the sweetness
Yeah.
first, and then peat just
It's like
punches you in his big,
Yeah.
sweaty fucking fist.
it's like an iceberg. It's got sweet on top, and then it's mostly peat asshole.
As it melts, you're like, oh, wait, this isn't ice cream at all. It's peaty asshole.
Hooray!
But actually, not bad. I don't think it's terrible. As far as peat things go, which I definitely wasn't a fan of the Ardbeg, but this is not bad to me. I think they balanced it out really well.
Yeah, it's with the Madeira cask and also the Mizunara. It brings a lot of other kind of strong flavor influences into there, so the peat gets kind of like cut through. You know, the Madeira and the Mizunara kind of cuts through the peat and kind of leaves it until the aftertaste. At least for me.
I actually really like
Okay.
it. I actually like it.
This,
It's something I would drink multiple times because it's almost like every time I go back to it, I'm not sophisticated enough to describe what I'm tasting, but every time I taste it, it's something different.
Yeah.
let me break it down into numbers for you. This one is about a 4 to a 4.5 on the sweat scale. Because it's making my arm sweat.
Ooh, that's a very poor sweatability.
It is not fun over here.
Yeah, we'll rate this one first, too.
Okay.
It was worse. 2. It was worse. It was worse. Yeah, I'm sweating.
I'm going to give this one a 4-1.
4-1.
I
Wow.
really like this one. It's nice.
Nice. Right on. What do you like about it?
It's peculiar. I mean, that's part of it. It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Every time I drink from it, it's a little tastier. And yeah, it does have the Sharpie peat asshole to it, but it's just
But
enough on
I
the
just,
bottom to me to where I could.
I just had one of those deep burps. Didn't come back.
Me, I give this one also a 4.
I believe that.
I lean towards wanting to give it like a 4.5, but I don't quite do that because for me, I don't think it's peaty enough to be a 4.5.
Sure, man.
It is definitely peaty enough, but
Not for me.
It's fucking Pedialyte.
Not for me. Yeah.
it's pedia heavy.
It's light on peat. You
No,
could say that.
Ardbeg was Pedia heavy. This shit's
Yeah, it was-
Pedialyte.
yeah.
Well, that shit's Pedialyte. This shit's
Pedia medium.
Pediophile.
Pediophile.
Yeah, it's like it sneaks in like, oh, I might not do it. Boom! Got you with the pedophile.
Diddle,
I don't know why
diddle.
that's my go-to for like diddling balls, but just
Yeah. Got diddled with some
Diddle,
heat.
diddle.
All right, so
Hey, diddle, diddle.
enough ball diddling.
tell me how much it costs,
Let's
Bryce.
get down to it, Bryce.
Yeah,
Tell
so
me.
this one, a little bit better.
Anything's probably
A
better.
little bit better.
Uh-huh.
This one will run you. Oh, yeah, you'll want to take some guesses?
No, I'm
Hundo.
just putting it out there.
No, too high.
Really?
Well, sure.
Too high, yeah.
Because that's way higher than anything it
80.
should be.
80 is correct.
Okay.
Correct.
What does he win, Bryce?
I'd pay 80.
Well, he's got
80.
another glass. I
He
guess
wins
already won.
more whiskey.
I'd probably,
Good job. You already won.
Well, I tell you, boys,
Okay.
I like this one a lot. I mean, I thank you again for bringing the whiskeys on
Yeah,
the show.
thank you for the
This
whiskeys.
is your November whiskeys of the month. We're in the nation of Japan.
Dun,
And next month will be
Somewhere
December. So,
all right, so
But, yeah, I'm thinking next month we might come back to the States.
word
Okay.
up.
Might do it's Christmas, it's December. When I think Christmas, I think bourbon.
Okay. I think
Nice and
family
warm.
and Jesus, but
I
word.
think bourbon.
we should go ahead and round this out.
Yeah,
Thank you to the great nation of Japan. These two whiskey makers
y'all did all right.
did all right. Really like this last one. Dope. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hell
Keeping
yeah.
on up, and we'll see y'all next month for the next whiskey of the month.
Yeah, we will.
But before we go into the next whiskey of the month, I believe we have a game.
Surprise!
Oh,
Something's happening that's different.
I devised a little game
Please,
for you
dish
boys.
it
I mean,
out.
we can just sit here and casually drink whiskey as we do it,
Okay.
but we'll bring out the board.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
get everything rolling, and we're gonna do a little Couched Jeopardy.
Hell yeah!
Little Couched Jeopardy with some categories and some questions I made myself.
All right.
And let's say the winner of this episode of Couched Jeopardy, the loser, has to shotgun a can of wine.
Sold.
Sold. All right. Well, it wasn't
All
really a
right.
choice. Here we go, Couched Jeopardy. Let's
How's Jeopardy? Shoot, 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 shoot.
Transition.
welcome back, America, to Central Texas' #1 game show. This is Jeopardizin. I'm your host, Rip Stallion, and we're here with two contestants tonight. There goes my goddamn pen. We got Bryce Baker,
Woo!
#1 whiskey connoisseur, whiskey collector, the man with the plan, with the beard, with the stand, Mr. Dustin Middlebrook. How are we doing tonight, Mr. Dustin Middlebrook?
I've made it all right, just okay. How about you?
Pretty good. And America, as you know, in Jeopardizing, we got 5 categories, 5 numbers for each category, and we have a prize for the loser, though. They're going to be shotgunning this crispin rosé that's going to be hot by the end of this goddamn bit.
Sweet.
And because we ain't fancy around here and we ain't got no goddamn buzzers, you're going to have to make the buzzer with your noise maker, your goddamn mouth, and I will call it as I see it.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
You boys ready?
Yes, sir.
Your mustache
All right.
isn't.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
My mustache.
That's not your problem,
Yeah,
son.
My mustache is my problem, man. I'm hiding from people. Come on.
All right.
Yeah, my ex-wife's out trying to fucking bankrupt me, brother.
All right. Rock, paper,
Got
scissors.
2
See who
used
goes
car
first.
dealerships that didn't work out, man. I'm trying to make some money here. Let's do this.
All right.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Why y'all rock, paper, scissors, and don't we just buzz?
Well, to see who chooses the first category.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, who won?
Since I won, I'm going to go with playing with your Willie for 100, please.
Playing with your Willie for 100. This Willie began his career as a Bible and a vacuum salesman. He is affectionately referred to as Shotgun.
Oh.
Who's
Mr.
Willie
Middlebrook.
Nelson?
That's right. That's correct. Who is Willie Nelson, the red-headed stranger?
Should've
All
done
right.
better than that.
So is that that's back to Mr. Middlebrook.
All right, we're going to go on down the category. 200, playing with your Willie.
Playing with your Willie, 200. This Willie took 5 miners into his candy factory. Mr. Dustin Middlebrook.
Who is Willie Wonka?
That's correct. Who is Willie Wonka for 200? Mr. Middlebrook sits at 300. Here we go.
Yeah, keep on going.
All right, who you want?
No, 300 for playing with your Willie. Let's
300 playing with your Willie.
do it. Sweet. I'm gonna sweep you, boy.
This Willie is known for his ginger beard and love of football, y'all. Come on.
Ooh.
Ginger beard, love of football. Mr. Bryce, come on. You can take a stab at this.
I ain't got it. Nope.
No, neither of you. This Willie sports overalls and a knowledge of hard hits.
That's still
You ain't got it? All right, this was Mr. Willie B. Mr. Willie B.
That son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch. Next. Let's keep on moving here, boys.
Yeah,
Let's
keep
go. We got
trucking.
a fucking alimony appointment at
400.
8 o'clock. I gotta get out of
400.
here, boys. Y'all gonna have a hot ass crisp in this damn day off. I tell you what, boys.
Bring it on, son. What you got for me? Playing with your Willie, 400.
Playing with your Willie, 400. This Willie was rescued by an orphan named Jesse. Mr. Middlebrook.
Who is Free Willie?
That's correct.
Hey.
All right.
I'm gonna switch it up. I think I'm turning Japanese
All right.
for
Okay.
500.
Good. I
Think
wasn't
I'm
having
turning
much
Japanese
luck with
for
the Willie
500.
category.
All right, I'm going to get rid of this mustache, but hey, nobody tell nobody if y'all be watching this because I got some people out in West Texas I ain't trying to have my face seen, you know what I'm saying? All right, number 5, 500. I think I'm turning Japanese. Professionals hired to cram passengers on the subway train in Japan are called...
What the fuck?
This is one of the hard ones. If you boys get this
apparently.
one right, I got a brand new
Why is it
Toyota
100 then?
4Runner, 1997. Out in
That
the
should be
parking
a
lot, ready to
500
go.
question.
It is
It
a
is a
500
500
question.
question.
Yes.
Oh, is that
I
what
was
you
trying
picked?
to
Yeah, he
jump the
picked
gun.
500.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
Bryce.
I thought he picked 100.
Stay with
Uh,
me, Mr. Whiskey Man.
God damn.
What is a train packing assistant?
That's incorrect.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Me
All right,
pick a
Mr. Bryce
category?
Baker, pick a category for us, please, sir.
I'll do...
And the answer to that one was Oshia.
What the fuck?
You wouldn't have
What
got
the
that. I
fuck
wouldn't
is
think
that?
so.
This
But some
is
people got it.
America.
All right.
America.
Go ahead, Bryce.
All right, let's do...
Hey, brother, I'm just getting paid part-time to ask questions. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's
let's
All right, Mr.
do
Bryce Baker,
bothering
what you
you.
Frat House Files for 200.
Frat House Files for 200. A style of men's shorts frequently burned in the volleyball pit.
Well, you didn't even finish the question.
Doesn't matter. I know it. What are
That's okay.
chubbies?
Incorrect. Fuck. A style of short frequently burned in the Delta Psi volleyball pit.
I was going to
A
say
pair of
chubbies.
shorts that have way too many pockets. Miss Bryce Baker.
Cargo shorts.
That is what is...
What is
Damn.
cargo shorts?
That's correct. What is cargo shorts? Miss Bryce Baker, 200. Frat
bitch.
House Files. Keep us going, brother. What you got?
Let's go Frat House Files 300.
Frat House Files 300. After 3 to 4 Keystone Lights, this brother might punch a hole in the bathroom wall.
Damn it.
And before we do these ones, we're going to say last names only here, gentlemen. Last names only. We don't want people to find us.
Who is Johnson?
Incorrect.
He didn't.
It wasn't him?
Ain't this a bitch?
Bryce, this brother might also come up to a crowded party and yell, "Who the fuck knows?"
Can I get-
That might be before my time.
Who is Palmore?
That's correct. The answer is actually, I'll take
Damn
it,
it.
but the answer is actually, who the fuck knows Palmore?
Well, I was trying
All right,
to
here we
think.
go. All right, Mr. Middlebrook.
What was that? 300?
That was 300. You're correct.
Let me get Destroyer for 100, please.
This Marvel supervillain is responsible for destroying half of existence.
Who is Thanos?
That's correct. You got to make
Suck
those
it,
mouth
nerd.
noises fast, Mr. Baker. Just
Let me get Destroyer for 2. Trying to catch up. I'm in the negs.
Destroyer for 200. The scourge of ballroom chairs around the world. Mr. Bryce Baker.
Me. Who is me?
Who is
Me.
Bryce the...
Destroyer.
Who is Bryce the Destroyer? That's correct. Mr.
All
Bryce
right.
Baker for
I had to get that one.
The other hint was Guinness record for
Well
most chairs destroyed in 8 seconds. But all right, here we go. Mr. Bryce, pick category if you will.
To you,
All
sir.
right, let's do Wide World of Sports for 100.
All right.
See what this category's
Wild World
got.
of Sports for 100. This nationally syndicated host of the popular Football Afternoon in America this morning. His name is.
Who is Daryl Rose?
That's correct, Mr. Dustin Middlebrook.
it.
All right, who you got?
200 Wide World of Sports, please.
200 Wild Worlds of Sport. A term for a hairstyle, a term for a style of hair or a shuffleboard-like sport on the ice. A term for hair, a term in hair for how to do hair, or Mr. Middlebrook.
What is curling?
That's correct. What is curling? All right.
Clever.
Clever girl.
What's-
Hit
what
me with
else?
300 that Wide World of
300
Sports.
Wild World of
I'm
Sport.
catching up.
A centuries-old downhill race in Gloucester involving cheese rolling downhill and people running after it. Mr. Dustin Middlebrook, what you got?
Oh, I've seen that, but I didn't know it has a name.
It sounds like my entire
I don't know
divorce.
the name, but I
all
know
over
exactly
again.
what you're talking about.
What is a cheese race?
Incorrect. Mr. Bryce,
fucking
you got
should
a
be.
Answer.
Uh,
Again, boys, let us remember this sport involves people running after a circle of cheese rolling down the hill.
what is Cheese Chase?
That is correct. What is cheese chasing is the answer. The sport is actually called cheese chasing.
Frat House Files.
No, it is.
Go ahead. Go
Frat
ahead.
House Files.
Frat House Files for 400. Let's do that.
This brother snuck acid in his ass on a plane. Mr. Bryce Baker.
What?
Mr. Bryce Baker.
Bullshit.
Last name's only again.
Who is Darden?
That is correct. Who is dark? Again, gentlemen, I don't really give a damn who shotguns
go
is
ahead with
crispin. I'm just trying to make some money here. Mr. Bryce Baker.
Let's do it.
All right, let's stick with Frat House Files, but for 100.
Okay.
This footwear doubles as drinkware. Mr. Bryce Baker.
A boot.
That is correct. What is
What is a boot?
Excuse me, he didn't answer in the form.
What
of
is a boot?
Question.
He just did.
Yeah, I call a lot of bullshit.
He just did. Again, Mr. Bryce Baker, you got the question. All right. You could have ended in that amount of time
What?
that you were bitching.
Ain't this some
All
bullshit?
right. Well,
All right,
Mr.
let's
Bryce
keep it
Baker.
going.
It's
Yeah.
pretty even as it is right now. I've been keeping a
Nah.
middle score.
Pretty sure I'm way
right.
down.
But again, my admin ain't been up since the divorce, so we'll see how this goes in the end.
It's
All
all
right,
right.
boys, let's
Get
do it.
Your math skills come back,
Yeah,
Trebek.
hell yeah.
Go ahead, it's your turn.
All right, let's do. We got to show the Japanese some love. Let's do.
Go
I
ahead.
think I'm turning Japanese for 200.
A powerful military caste of feudal Japan, known for carrying traditional swords. Mr. Bryce Baker.
What is a samurai?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Samurai for 200. Mr. Bryce Baker, do you want to keep going down this Japanese train?
Let's hop over to Wide World of Sports for 400.
I gotta catch up. This is getting rough.
Wide World of Sports for 400.
Comeback season, baby.
Dating back to 1976, this world championship involves swimming through a trench cut in a peat bog.
I hate all things
Again.
Pete.
Dating back to 1976, this world championship involves swimming through a trench cut in a peat bog. Nobody?
No,
Oh.
I got
Nobody?
nothing. I got nothing.
Answer is, what is bog snorkeling?
Bog
What is
snorkeling.
bog snorkeling?
Wow.
That's a real
Yes.
professional sport, ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen. That's a $400 question.
That's up for debate.
Anyways,
Let's
Dwindling.
do Destroyer for 300.
fronted by Dan Bayer, this is a Vancouver Canadian rock band. Popular for the song Hey Snow White. The answer is, what is Destroyer?
Oh my God!
Oh, goddamn,
Left
brother. Y'all
fingers.
lostier than my fucking alimony payments in the mail, boy, I tell you what.
Aha,
All
got
right,
'em.
let's keep on going, boys.
Zing!
Bryce Baker again. What you got?
Let's do Frat House Files for 500.
This one is a math problem. This is a short answer math problem, boys. So get the maths out. In standard Delta Psi / West beer pong regulation rules, deflecting a bounce back into opponent's cup is worth how many cups? So if the opposing team tries to bounce and you swat that bounce back into their own cups, how much is that bounce worth? Dustin Middlebrook.
What is 2?
Incorrect.
Well, that's debatable.
What is 3?
That is correct. What is 3 cups? What is 3 cups? All right, we have a few things left on the board. What
Can we get a score count?
No. All right, keep going. Keep going. What y'all got?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. There's not a whole lot left. Destroyer for 400.
Destroyer for 400. This Marvel character is a villain and an opponent of the Asgardian Thor. Again, Mr. Middlebrook.
What is Century?
Incorrect. You're thinking too hard on this one.
Fuck!
Bryce Baker.
I got nothing.
The answer would be, what is the Destroyer? What is the Destroyer?
I'm starting to catch a theme with this group.
All right, boys, ladies. All right, that one's gone. Next one. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm
all
gonna
right,
have to
keep
refer
going
to
on.
an expert on that one.
We got a few remaining. I'm the expert, motherfucker. You just ask my fucking
All right, go ahead.
attorney, but he won't
Get it,
tell you where
Bryce.
I'm at.
I think I'm turning Japanese for 100.
Commonly called the Sakura. Why I gotta say that ghetto?
Sakura.
Commonly called the Sakura, this tree reaches heights of 20 to 40 feet. Sakura blossom. Okay, what is cherry blossom?
Yeah, that was what the was for.
Yeah. Oh,
Over
shit.
here?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. All right. All right, Mr. Middlebrook.
It's,
All right.
it's,
All
you-
right,
it's
we'll
usually
get-
thought
yeah,
of
it's
in like
questionable, but-
Chinese, but
Questionable, but whatever.
right. What was that? Mark it off, Bryce.
That's 100. Bryce didn't have an answer, so I'm going to give that
I
to you.
didn't. Yeah.
300. Turn Japanese.
This Japanese whiskey tradition of double distilling in malted or peat barley is modeled from this whiskey, this nation's whiskey.
What is Scotland and Scotch?
Correct. What is Scotch? What is the answer?
You also asked for a nation. That was hard.
Yeah. Okay. All
Black
right.
child support. No.
Mr. Middlebrook,
Hit
what
me
you
with
got?
Wild World of Sports for 500, Jalex. Where's the league in
This
a cheese
sport-
chase?
Involves putting live ferrets inside the trouser, with the winner being the last one to release the animal. This is a $500 question, boys.
What
Dustin,
is trouser snakes?
You're on the right track, no. Mr. Bryce Baker?
What is ferret trapping?
That's really close. The answer is, what is ferret legging? What is ferret legging?
yeah,
that's
that's
a real
close.
sport. That's pretty
Damn.
close, though. That's for real close.
Let's go playing with your Willie for 500. Yes, sir.
Nickname, the Say Hey Kid. This Willie's rookie year was in 1951.
Who is Willie Mays?
That's correct.
What's up?
Damn.
Who is
man.
Willie Mays?
Baseball.
That is correct.
Let me get Japanese for 400.
Japanese for 400. This band was so popular in Japan, they were dubbed the American Beatles.
Obviously not. American Beatles
They were so
American
wildly
Beatles in
popular, they were
Japan.
called the American Beatles.
in Japan.
The next Beatles from America. That's
Beatles weren't
correct.
from America.
They know, but they said these
What?
guys were going to be the big. You want another hint?
Yeah.
Yes.
You ready on the buzzers?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Their most popular song is Surrender. Bryce, Mr. Bryce Baker.
Who is U2?
Dustin Middlebrook.
Damn it.
Who is Cheap Trick?
That's correct.
Fuck!
Cheap Trick, the American
Yeah!
Beatles.
Got him. Looks like we got one left. Destroyer for 500.
This
Just a
destroyer
Crispin. Who gives
was
a
named after a U.S. senator from Arizona who died in 2018. Dustin Middlebrook?
USS McCain?
Do we have a full name?
John McCain?
Do we have an answer in the form of a Jeopardy question?
What is the USS John McCain?
That's correct! Oh! Yes! Yes! Yes. All right. Well, we have our Jeopardizin, ladies and gentlemen. As you've seen it here, we are going to shotgun this Crispin once I figure out who did it. Ladies and gentlemen in America, don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Don't pay your fucking child support. And get the fuck out of Dodge when you can. I got to get the fuck out of here.
Alright, go ahead. Fucking do this quick, boys. They know that's why I said goddamn bushes.
We better get
Here you go, there's your prize, buddy. Let's get a fucking
To
shot.
the loser, sir.
Hey, Linda, you're a bitch.
I can't get my name out. That's what she said. Cheers. Hell yeah.